talking to me? What? Oh, it'll dry up. Alright, thanks, honey. I've already started it. It's just on the opening. Good night. Love you. Thank you for taking care of that. Appreciate it. Hello and good evening and welcome to Wednesday night. I just realised I did not have myself muted and I was having a conversation in the background. So you lovely people probably have heard what I was saying. So that's all good. We've got a few people coming in. I'm going to say hello to a few people, then I'm going to jump straight in. Hey, Mum, how you going? Joanne is here as well, saying hi. I hope you're feeling better. I am getting there. It seems like each day is a step in the right direction. I'm still feeling very head and throat sort of coughing and whatnot, but energy levels are low. But like I said, I'm looking at it as a positive and I am heading in the right direction. So every morning I wake up and just feel that slightly bit better. That is a positive. Juanita says, hi, lovely lady. Hope you're well recovering from COVID. It certainly has taken a toll. And I normally find when I do go down with things, I go down hard. So it doesn't surprise me. So that I have had such a long delay. And I think today is day 17, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to stop counting the days. It was only the fact that somebody asked me today how many days it's been. Hey, Roz, how you going? Thank you for doing the monitoring there in the background. We've got Steve here saying hi. Thank you, Hannah. It's good to be back. Thank you for joining us. We've got the lovely Robin here as well. Hey, honey, hope you're doing well. Kez is here saying hi, Mum. I love it. Rosa's comments come up twice. Mum saying hi to Keza. Jeannie is here as well, saying good evening. Now, if I remember correctly, you are over in, I'm picturing it, overseas, where all the casinos are over that way. Oh my God, my brain has gone. I think my brain's still got COVID sometimes. Vegas way, Nevada. Is that right, hun? You have to let me know if I'm right, Sam. You ought to come to me eventually. Hey, Keza. Hey, Tony. How are you, honey? All right. We've got a few people. I'm just going to put the comments up. So a big hello to everybody that is joining in. I want to say thank you for all the well wishes and the messages that I have been getting, and a lot of people checking in on me to see how myself and my family have been traveling with this. Tess says, my daughter Bella says, hi, hey, honey, how you going? And Ross says, I'm on 2 pages, Leanne, yours and my time TV. Okay, thanks, hun. Now, I don't know what happened. Well, I think I do know what happened when I scheduled the live earlier today. For some reason, it didn't seem to save it here in the background. So I have just done a quick whiz around to get us out there and get started. So hopefully I am going out where we need to be. Now, I want to start off a little bit different today, and I don't know why I am being drawn to this, and I'm going to get deep and meaningful around this as well. And I kind of feel a little bit emotional, and I don't know why the emotion is coming in. So please join in the conversation in the comments, because I'd love to know how this will resonate with you, what it is that comes up for you, and what it is that you are drawn to in that sense. Okay, so I'm looking at how it resonates with you in the past, what is coming to your focus now in the conversation, and where does it have your thoughts go for the future? Okay. Because I see so many people lost, up in the air, unsure of their purpose. Living in the moment is probably a good one to put. And also just going day by day sort of thing. And I know, and I'm going to get quite personal with some of this stuff, okay? No, I'm in Adelaide in the Western Burbs. Oh, okay, I'm getting confused, honey, with somebody else. All right. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate it. And it's funny you say that because the oracle cards came to mind just before coming live as well. Okay. And I will touch on that in a moment as well as I go through this. Now, this journey, my spiritual journey, let's call it that, all right, hasn't always been an easy journey to go down. I didn't always understand what was going on. I've always had it for as long as I can possibly remember. If you talk to my parents, I'll tell you I used to sleepwalk, I used to sleep talk and things like that. And I honestly feel now, and what I know now is a lot of that can be very much spirit-based, all right, that connection with spirit. And not having people around you that don't understand that. And I want to put this down to generational side of things, because when I was a child, I'm sure a lot of the focus wasn't on this side of stuff when my parents were bringing me up, and myself and my brother and sister up. So a lot of people back then wouldn't have understood this. Thankfully, today, so many more people are open to the spiritual realm, and kids are so much more heightened and intuitive that there's a lot more support, whether the parents can give it to them or they know where to seek it, or there's like-minded people around. Okay, so I want to make the point that this journey has never been always easy. It's had its really positive moments, and like everything, it can have its negatives as well. And as I'm saying this, I want you to think about what it is that you do. Okay, not everybody's intuitive. Well, we all are intuitive, but not everybody is open to it. So I want you to think about what it is that you're doing. What is your purpose in life? Are you sitting in that purpose, or are you doing what I call the mundane jobs and doing what you need to do to get through each day to bring the income in, whatever else? Okay. Now, you can also be sitting in your purpose outside your work as well. So it doesn't always have to be your work. Look at what it is that warms your heart. What it is that gets you going. What is it that gives you that drive, that passion? All right. And believe me, sometimes doing this work, it can feel like a bit of a chore when you're doing the same thing in and out type of thing, and depending on who you're working with and different stuff like that. And over the years, I have found myself evolving constantly. So some people in their jobs will sit in that position and they will stay there and nothing changes. Other people will move forward, and I will have a look at your comments very shortly. I just want to get this out while I'm focused on what I need to say. Like I said, I've got a bit of brain fog still at the moment. Some people are focused on what they need to do day in and day out. Others are more focused on moving up and pushing boundaries and whatever else. All right. So for me, I find that spirit will kick my ass regularly, and it seems to be a 12-monthly thing that I start to change focus in where I'm going. Originally, it was the need to do readings, to connect with people, to do it because I could do it and I was starting to understand it more. And then it sort of grew and it sort of changed direction a little bit. And all of a sudden I've got people being put in front of me saying, teach me. And I always used to say I was never a teacher and I was never a writer. That was just, the walls went up. It wasn't going to happen. Then all of a sudden I've got 4 people in front of me going, you need to teach me. And they kept at me until I wore down enough to be able to go, all right, let's do a weekend workshop, but I didn't understand why they would want to know what I would have to say, or why they would want to pay me for it. Which also came back to my own self-worth, because a lot of my spiritual journey has been self-taught, self-discovered. There has been times I've had some really amazing, a little bit later in my journey, amazing mentors in my life that have come and gone, sort of thing. But I have built it up to be me. And I can quite honestly say I've always stayed true to myself. I just do me. Okay. So I want you to think about what it is that you're doing. Are you just being yourself, or are you trying to be somebody else to fit the circumstances of that position and stuff with it? So Robin's saying she can relate with it. And like I said, I will come back very shortly and look at your comments. Robin's just caught my attention. So then all of a sudden Spirit's saying, you've got to write. So I started writing a book, which is still sitting on a USB and needs a little bit more work. But then the need came into wanting to do the oracle cards. And as you know, a lot of you would know, we had the oracle cards published. Now, I love these oracle cards, and please don't take this the wrong way. I always knew I was going to do it, but it was going to take the right person to be put in front of me to do the artwork, because I cannot draw for shit, so to speak. All right. My heart and my energy is in those cards, but it's not everything, because there are so many levels to me. So yes, as much as I'm loving seeing people buy the cards and learning from them and experiencing them, they are just a tool in our lives. Like everything, there are things that will come into our lives, things that will happen, things can move through, the focus can come back to it, or whatever. Okay. So Spirit told me I was going to teach and I was going to write, and I argued with Spirit for a very long time, and I resisted that stuff. Now, over time, the hard way, thank you, Tash, the cards are beautiful, and we are very proud of them and the journey that we've been on so far with them. So, and that's just, like I'm saying, it's just a part of me. There is so much more to us. We aren't just one thing, okay? And, that journey has been a long journey, and it has been a tough journey, and it has been really rewarding at times. But Spirit always seemed to win. Spirit will always push me in a direction when the time is right. And over the years, I've learned to take the easier way out and listen to Spirit. Because when you fight and you resist things, it's very taxing and draining on our energy, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, or energetically. So I want you to think about, what is it that you are doing? What is it that you are resisting, but know that you need to be taking action in? Okay. So when I actually trusted and surrendered to the process and put myself out there as a teacher, it didn't take long for that to build up. And I guess for me to share my knowledge, my tools, my experience, and that's what a lot of my teaching is my own experiences and tools that I've learned and picked up over time, to be able to help somebody else, to be able to do the writing, but also have the right people put in front of you to help you at those times. So there's nothing wrong with letting people in and getting that help, being the right people. All right. So it's like we constantly evolve and we change. Like, you may feel that you're not sitting in your passion or have that direction at the moment. Something can shift that will change that direction. For me, I've had a few aha moments this last couple of weeks, and I don't know if it's because I've been sick. I've stepped back a little bit and I've had a little bit more time to focus and stuff like that, that I'm noticing those shifts. All right. So for me, as a teacher, like I said, I always used to say, why would people want to pay to come and do workshops for me? Why would they want to hear what I've got to say? And it's sometimes it can be the same with your readings. When I first start out, the confidence wasn't there, not believing in yourself, but those around you absorb and take in what they need and walk away feeling content or whatever it is they feel with that. And I'm noticing as I'm evolving over time that my focus isn't just my readings anymore. I am working with like-minded people, business owners, people that are in church, people that want change and move past the fears and the blockages and know there is so much more to their life, but not knowing how to take those first steps or what to put in place. And I had a moment with one of my clients today that she was going through some major stuff, and to be able to help her break that down, explain what it was and why it's happening, and have her see that bigger picture rather than be sitting in that energy. It's like kind of viewing it from the bigger picture, to understand and to watch her energy change and the healing process that goes on. But at the same time, that person's evolving, they're growing, they're learning from all this. All right. So, Juanita says, you have a pure heart of gold. Thank you, honey. I cannot wait to connect with you. I look forward to connecting with you too, honey. And you're quite intuitive yourself, hun. So sometimes we just need to trust in ourselves. We need to invest in ourselves to take that first step to bring that change. We can't always wait for that change to come to us. And since I've been putting out these packages where I'm working one-on-one with individuals for 6 weeks, the changes that I'm watching people go through that are ready for change but just didn't know how to take action on it and needed that support is incredible. To the point now that I've got people asking me to work one-on-one with them for a 12-month period for them to not just grow their intuition, but to grow their business sense, to get out there and make a difference in the world. So I want you to think about what it is that you're doing. What is it that impacts others? Okay. Now, not everything means that it's going to impact somebody directly. It could impact people in an indirect way. So I just want to make it clear before going down that pathway, like sending you on that thought process. What you might be doing may not impact people directly, but that has an impact indirectly that then has that follow-on effect. And it's really important to find peace in yourselves with whatever it is that you're doing. And remember, like I said, sometimes it might not always feel like it is your passion or is rewarding in any way. It is really important to look at the positives in what you're doing and focus on that. Aligning yourself in that spiritual alignment on that energy line will help move things through. Deirdre, I'm drawn to your question, your comment, honey. I don't know what it says. Oh, I so remember you not wanting to teach. You were around. You've seen that, honey. You've been in my workshops. But Spirit was telling me to give you that message that you needed to teach. So glad you moved forward to do it. Love you. Leanne, thank you, honey. I love you too. And that's the thing. Sometimes it just takes other people to believe in you, to push you, to help you get out of your own head and have that focus. So for me, I never thought I would work with people in the level that I am now. I always thought it was going to be those little readings at the kitchen table for people I sort of knew or people that was recommended by those people that I knew. But when you sit and you look back over that time and you actually start to reflect on how much you evolve and how much change comes through when it is needed. For me, I usually find November, December every year, I go through a major shift where my focus comes in and says, right, next year you need to focus on this. Last year I was told I need to focus more on the teaching. Yes, I'll still be doing my one-on-one readings and stuff, but helping more people. And the work I do, I see that as helping others to heal, to make, in a sense, when you really think about the bigger picture, the world a better place. And if you can make change in one person's life, That one person then goes on and more than likely can make change in others. So it's that flow on effect. It's the same thing. Like I say to people, how hard is it to smile at somebody? That one smile can make all the difference in somebody's day if they're having a bad day, or they just need that connection to be acknowledged, type of thing. Okay. Um, Michelle says you come across as genuine. Thank you, honey. I get told that a lot. And do you know what? Those comments I appreciate. I used to sit there and go, "Oh no, that's not me," or make excuses. That was the lack of confidence and the ego, the negative ego that comes into it. But when we step into our power